This is a short video on how to change a lawnmower blade on a modern mower. And what I mean by that is this is I know it's rough, but it's a modern overhead valve lawnmower. It says OHV on that little valve cover there. And this in particular one is a Craftsman Silver series. It has a blade that needs to be replaced. As you can tell, it's been neglected and used to the point that the blade is so thin on the end that they've hit something and it's curled back. Now, if you want to change your blade, make sure you check it to make sure that that the crankshaft hasn't been bent from striking something. And the way to do that is to tilt the mower back. I've got a toolbox on the handle on that little card table I've cut the legs off of, so it's about half as tall as it would be, and this is just a regular wood table desk. And you want to tilt the mower back because you want all the oil to go to the rear of the crankcase. If you can avoid it, don't do what they say about turning it on its side. Don't do that. The safest way to keep oil and gas from going where it shouldn't is by tilting the mower back, and then you put a weight on there like a tool chest. Okay, so now let's take a look. This blade needs to come off. It's been bent real bad on the end. It's worn out. Now I'm going to check to make sure the crankshaft isn't bent by watching that screw that holds the blade on, and make sure that it just does a real tight little circle. If it starts going this way and then that way and this way, and then that means that somebody's hit it, and it's starting to wobble because it's been bent. So let's check it. The spark plug, by the way, wire is unplugged. And that is not a bent crankshaft, so that's great. So this blade is ready to come off. I'll show you how I do that. So let me set this down. I repair hundreds of mowers every year, and so I've seen it all in terms of bad blades, mowers that have been abused. People have hit property markers with them, big roots and bent blades and sheared flywheel keys and bent crankshafts. In this case, the crankshaft's okay, so we're just going to get this old blade off of here. And what I use for that is sort of a homemade blade block, but you can do the same thing with just a C-clamp. A C-clamp and a block of wood, like a little block of 2x4. So you get your little block of wood here, and you stick it on the side of the deck, and then you put your C-clamp here. The question is, do you want to put it on the bottom or the top? If you're taking the blade off, you want to put it on the top, because that blade is going to come around and hit the wood. You don't want it to hit the metal of the C-clamp. That's especially true when you're putting a brand new blade on. You don't want to dull it by having it hit a metal C-clamp. Okay, so I've got my wood block on there, and this is a 21-inch real common blade. And this is what's going on in place of it. And this is what I call a bow tie blade, because you've got the little four ends here, then sort of a rounded section, and these two pins here, two holes fit on the pin on that adapter. And the number is a Oregon. I order these, in gross, sometimes 7, 8 at a time. Anyway, it's an Oregon 98-049. It says bow tie center hole, 21-inch. This is super common blade. It's on a lot of mowers. And if you'll notice, this is brand new. And people think they got a you know, sharpen their blades to the razor sharp. Not really. You want to get them about this. And I'm rubbing this with my thumb. It's a brand new blade. About like if you went in your kitchen and opened the kitchen drawer and there's your forks and knives, and you had just a regular knife, like that you use to, you know, spread some butter. That's about the sharpness you want. So let's get the old blade off. And in that case, this one is some blades, like on the old Craftsman, they use a 9/16, but these are 5/8. So I'm going to find my 5/8 socket, and that is this guy right here. And if you have trouble getting your socket on, just hit it a few times with a wire brush, and get your socket on there. And now I use what's called a breaker bar to give me leverage. And this is what that looks like. Great big old thing. And I get all the leverage I need to get a blade off, even that's been over tightened. They always come off if you use a breaker bar. I do not use an impact wrench because I don't want to damage the screw. I use a breaker bar. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the wrench first because it's not lining up right. So here we go. Now, you see how the blade's going to come around and it's going to hit that piece of wood. Okay, that one's bent so much. It's been bent back so much that this one's not going to hit it. If it is, it's not going to hit it much. So I think what I want to do is, well, maybe it'll be all right, but it's probably going to slip. If it does, that end will cover it. So let's see if it comes off. It's slipping. So that end is not bent back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this and let the blade come around, because that one's bent back. That's why I wasn't touching the wood. The other thing I could do is, instead of doing the clamp, I put the whole thing out here, and that would even reach that bent part, but I'm not going to have to do that on that end right there. So let's reattach our C-clamp, and you'll see when it comes around, it's going to hit this wood. It's going to hit that solid. And so now this blade's going to come off. Lots of leverage with this breaker bar, and it will get that screw out. And you can get these breaker bars at Harbor Freight. There's probably one in your town, or you could find them at an auto parts store. Okay, so that's going down. And now I can just do this with my finger because it's loose enough. So I'm pulling the screw out. And be careful that the blade doesn't just fall off and hit you and cut you in some way. I don't think this one's going to fall off, but just be aware of that. So I'm getting the screw out. And now, with a gloved hand, I pop that off of there. And see, that's what a worn out blade looks like right there. And so I'm going to put the new one on, but before I do that, and you need to do this too, check and make sure you don't have a bunch of string or old plastic bags. I've seen amazing things wrapped around these adapters. You wouldn't believe how much fishing line I've got off of mowers over the years. I think I've pulled off more fishing line, monofilament fishing line, than just about anything. But you know, these people buy the bales of straw or pine straw, and they have that nylon twine, and a lot of people just throw that in their yard, and then they mow over it with a mower, and it gets all wrapped around the crankshaft, and it gets spun around, wrapped around. Then you run over some more, and finally you got a big old bird nest up here, and it starts tearing up your main seal from friction. So don't do that. take the opportunity when you change your blade to clean it off. And so now I'm going to move the C-clamp off because I want to put it underneath now, because I'm going to be going the opposite direction. Okay, so now I'm going to go this way. Let's see, did I do that wrong? Yeah. So I'm going to go this way, so now it comes on the bottom. So I'm going to be tightening. Redo that C-clamp. Now we go. So tighten the C-clamp down. And you may have to move this to get it where it's going to clear. And make sure that if you have a new blade, the label is up against the deck. So you're not going to see the label if you've done it right. It'll be up inside the deck. And then place it on there where it is right on that little bow tie. And the little posts are in those holes. Hold it with your thumb and your forefinger. And then you grab your screw with the long sort of rectangular washer after it's slipped off. So I'm going to go back and make sure it's on there again. So now I've got it. Okay. Okay, it's on there snug now. Got my thumb and my forefinger kind of holding it in place. Now I'm going to push and slip off again. There we go. And I'm going to push that washer with my fingers, and see now it's on there. There's no slippage, so now I can really grab it with the thumb and forefinger and start to hand tighten this thing until it's kind of snug and holds that blade in place. And again, this is a 5/8 socket. It's getting snug now, so now the blade's not going to slip off. So now I'm going to take this and just by hand, I'm going to tighten this a little bit. And then you notice the blade will start to move down to the blade block. That's what you want, but there we go. Okay, so check again, make sure that this is in place and that it's not, laying off somewhere because it had been installed flush up against that adapter. Now I can tighten it. And see, the leverage that you're creating here is tremendous, and that's how you're able to tighten this thing and get it really good and snug. It's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. This is going to be really tight on this one, right there. And now one more, about a half right there. Okay, so now I can take my clamp off. I want to show you how this is all in the right position now. See that? So it's looking good. Got us a brand new blade on there. So that's how you do it. I hope you enjoyed that.